Hey guys, good morning. Good Monday morning. It's the day 3 update. Yesterday was the third day. Today's the fourth day. So I'm showing you my progress as I'm waking up today and getting started. So good to get right into it, right? So I'm level 94, about halfway. Trying to push to 95. I generally consider builds to should be somewhat complete by like 95, 96. If you're going for Ubers, a little bit different. Pretty good progress for me as a casual player. My gear's coming along. Got a 6 link. I got some of the new armor bases. They are incredible. I'll talk about gear later. I'm enjoying the process. I'm enjoying the league mechanic. I think it's amazing. A lot of bubblegum currency, a lot of actually good currency. I got my gloves and my weapon from the league mechanic from shipments. Just generally amazing. And melee is absolutely nuts. Slams are absolutely nuts. Autoexerting is absolutely nuts. The quality of life, the playstyle, Earthshatter is just amazing. It is, again, I said it 2 days ago on my day 1 update or day 2 update that slams and melee, it literally has not felt this good in 4 years since the introduction of Warcries and the Seismic Cry, the old days. It has like, this might even feel better. Like, it feels so goddamn good. Like, if you are not playing slams, if you are, Slayer slams is incredible. I actually think it's definitely tankier than Berserker. Not as tanky as Juggernaut, but again, the quality of life versus a Berserker with the double exerts is not as good because I think that Second Wind and Intimidating Cry is absolutely mandatory until maybe Ben's helmet, Echoes of Creation, things will change. But, auto-exerting, we're auto-exerting 3 war cries. My mapping setup, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, is going to be General's Cry, Rallying Cry, and Battle Mages. That's 2 exerts from there, so we always get 2 exerts while mapping. And again, when we need to, sometimes I Seismic Cry and Intimidating Cry for more exerts, and that's just even more damage. And, you really only ever have to do that with, like, Essence rares. Like, when I say not just rare mobs, but, like, tanky rares. Like, I'll show some footage in the corner, but, like, you really only need to do that for bosses and, like, giga tanky rares. Like, otherwise, the 2 exerts and General's Cry, because their cooldowns are off sync, so you're always Warcry, always exploding your Earthshatter spikes. It's so good. So I'm going to talk about the skill tree, and I mentioned it before, but what's going to happen is that I pretty much, not that I come to the realization because it's just like how it is, but solo self-found, I can't min-max right off the bat. I can't just like farm giga currency and then just min-max my build. So what you're looking at here is just my like not ideal, but my 100% mapping focus setup. I'm going to farm as many bosses as I can, the fragments, and then just do it all that once and respec. So that's why this abomination here, the 7 points here is to get the endurance charges on kill. That's really it. That's the only reason why I go down that far. The AoE, the armor, and the stun duration is just like a little bit side benefit. But the quality of life from that, like, I wish I could just get it on a ring. I just haven't been able to. It's solo self-found. We don't have that ability. Let me go back, and everything else is pretty standard. It's very similar to my original mana focus tree. But instead of running Pride Determination, now I'm just running Pride. You don't need to run Determination because we have so much armor with the new armor bases. And it's just really just mapping focus. It's absolutely incredible. Super smooth. It feels so goddamn good to play. So first thing to talk about is mana. How do we solve mana? We get mana reservation efficiency because we got 150% ore. I'm actually running a Flesh and Stone for more tankiness because I don't like dying. I'm a casual player. Like, if I die, I don't have 15 hours a day to like get back that experience. So it's very important to me to be tanky. We get a little bit mana reduction here, which I think is really good. The big thing is getting that 10% life. It's a better node than I think over here, especially because we get, as a Slayer, we're gonna path over here anyway towards precise techniques. This is a better leech node to get than like down here. There's no reason to get the mana leech over here, and that's it. That's the only mana concerns we really have, except for Savage Intensity 2. Now we're always going to be max rage. We don't utilize Berserk at all. So with this setup, and all we need is double Elrions right here, double 7s, we have 15 mana. But that's a little bit misleading because we're not at 20 rage, but I also have 19% reduced mana for a Syrian implicit over here. It's really not needed at all. I just got it. I'm trying to roll over it, but as you can see, I'm just like run out of currency, right? So that's that. It's not needed for the Helm. There's other implicits that are better for Searing, but that's talking about mana. Now accuracy. Getting this mastery right here is very good. A lot of flat accuracy. get Eagle Eye over here. Like, it would be better to get Weathered Hunter, but the pathing there is a little bit janky. It's not worth it. It's better to just get here, even though the crit is a lost cause, right? And that's accuracy. Precise Techniques is very, very good. The only thing tough with Precise Techniques is that the life changes and the armor base is like the amount of life that you get from gear is just nuts. Like, get 170. You can get like up to 170 on Helm. It's just crazy. So it's really hard to, even with Arrogance Precision, it's hard to get that much accuracy. I got giga lucky. I got almost perfect roll straight from the shipment. Now, this is an evasion base, which sucks, but everything else about it is pretty damn good. The life roll is not good. The attack speed is really not important for us, but getting 600 flat accuracy, that accuracy right here, and my helmet, that's all I have. That's all I have in Precision Arrogance, and it gets me 5467, which is very, very good. You can also get it implicit to get more accuracy. And one thing that I'm going to do as I get better gear and more life, I'm going to get a couple jewels that have accuracy too. Murderous, they can roll flat accuracy up to over 100, which is a big deal. Because as a Slayer, you know, you get so much flat global accuracy increase, so that's very, very good. One thing to do with the helmet, and I'll talk about this again later, is that crafting it, if you just go attack, roll with the purple harvest over here, I think it is, you're pretty much guaranteed to get accuracy. So you just keep rolling that. That's how you get it. And that's pretty much it. Again, I talked about auras where no longer need determination. If we go down here, put pride, because I don't even have pride. Determination barely increases your effective hit pool because we have so much armor anyway. Like, the new armor bases are that crazy. Like, this chest that I have gives over 3k armor. The helm is, you know, almost like 1k armor. It's a bad helm, but, you know, as you progress, it'll get better. It's just crazy how good the armor bases are. There's really no need to run determination, so we can just run pride freely. I'm running flesh and stone because taking the up to 20% less damage taken is awesome. Now, the sand stance AoE for a Slayer is actually incredible because as you're mapping, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So, like, you jump into a pack, it covers an entire pack, even range. So, like, that, and then on-demand switching for a boss, even though I almost never do it, you just, like, it's just really nice to have the more multiplier, the less multiplier tankiness, and then that. And then for, again, Battle Mage's, well, Auto-Exertion, Battle Mage's Cry, General's Cry, and Rallying Cry. So that's 2 exerts. When I'm bossing, the plan is to drop General's Cry and then Infernal Cry for more exerts. That way you get another exert multiplier, another 80% more damage. So, like, generally we'll have, put over here, put in the notes. I don't have it in the notes for this one, but it'll be, so in the notes, like, generally while mapping, you have like 2 to 3 exerts, 60%, almost 60%, then almost 80. Now, bossing, ideally, getting rid of General's Cry and inserting Infernal Cry, now you have almost 100% more multiplier when you have 5 War Cries exerting. It's really, really incredible. Mapping, you don't need that much damage. You know, we just use General's Cry with a super low cooldown, and that's that. I still manual class Enduring Cry every now and then, but I really don't need to. Like, the Slayer Leech, recovery, defenses, like, just getting Endurance Charge on kill is plenty. But for mapping, you will click it. And then the thing is, Intimidating Cry and Seismic Cry. Intimidating Cry, Seismic Cry is just like, as a Slayer, we don't double our exerts. So Intimidating Cry, we really need to, before Ben's Helmet, second wind it. Because if you don't second wind it, you just lose a massive amount of damage. You could Intimidating Cry to auto-exertion, but you're just taking a massive damage loss. And again, while mapping, you already have plenty of damage. You don't need to auto-exert Intimidating Cry. It's just not worth it. I'd rather attach it to second wind and manually cast it for the moments that I actually do need it. Now, this is the mapping setup, right? A late game setup, I'm going to actually come up with a tree, but probably, you know, obviously get rid of these points and then maybe path down here or get over here just to get a nice cluster drill setup. And the cluster drill setup will be like Feed the Fury, a lot of the leech attack speed stuff, and then just more damage. And then the medium cluster duel for exerts, that'll be probably not Warning Call anymore, but maybe like Frenzy Charges on more charges on War Cries would be nice, and then just maybe more total power, more exerter attacks, more damage. I don't know, but that would probably be like the giga late game setup. Now, it's just a little bit tough again to like maintain a lot of like a big life pool with precise techniques, but it's really not too bad. All you need is 2 pieces, 2 good helm and gloves to get that high accuracy, and then you're pretty much set to pretty much clear the game. Still working on my void stones, but like Maeve and all these bosses and stuff, it's just like incredibly easy. Like, the build is insanely strong, and Slayer has really like not jug tank potential, but great recovery and great defensive. It's very good. Now let's talk about gear, right? I got the axe from shipment, but again, you can harvest, reroll fizz. You can maybe try to buy Rog one, but that's really not reliable. Rog's better for gear. You can just use Definite Essence of a Contempt, farm those, and pray. And then also you can hopefully do Betrayal, and then you might be able to pick up... I got a couple, actually, Karui axes off the ground that got, you know, percentage fizz, and then Impale chance or blind chance, whatever, right? Bleed chance, and you can get a decent weapon to push you up through there. And then also the league mechanic, we get the enchant with the increased fizz, which is just incredible. It gives us a lot of damage. Like, this is still really not a crazy axe. It's only T3 percentage, no hybrid, which is kind of a shame. And then also we have flaring, which is awesome. And then we have crafted attack speed. So this will take care of the rest of the game. Still going to work on crafting the giga axe eventually, but we'll get there when we can. Rings are pretty simple. I think getting the non-channeling, the Elrion crafts are mandatory. Life, resist, you know, these really aren't crazy rings. This one's okay. I would rather go double amethyst because I'm not chaos capped when I'm flask. I am, but you know, for now I'm only have one, so still working on the gear. This is going to be really, really important to amulet because getting increased damage while leeching for us, you know, it's not worth it to go Val Pack because you lose so much damage from going Val Pack with the increased damage while leeching crafts. So I'd rather just use that as a prefix and not go triple Elrions. I think it's more valuable than doing this. Maybe if you get really lucky picking up, I think it's Varici. I'm not sure actually, but maybe picking up a Varici amulet or Elrion that has the already Elrion craft that's not crafted, and then you can craft leeching. That'd be really, really good too. And Hatchet Master is just incredible because, again, mapping focus, I want Onslaught on kill. This solves that problem. The Helm, again, I think accuracy is mandatory. Very, very easy to craft. Purple Harvest, Reforge for attack, and you get a lot of accuracy. Increase attack damage, I guess that's okay. The reduced mana cost is overkill. We don't need that. We'd only need the two investments into mana reduction, Savage Intensity, and Cannibalistic Rite. That's really, really it. Again, armor, very, very good. These new bases are incredible. Try to get them as soon as possible. I got this one from Oba's Trove, I think. I'm not sure. And then I also got this chest from Oba's Trove. You know, the implicits aren't too good. Warcry buff, it's good. But again, the only Warcry buffs we're using is life regen, more armor, and move speed. None of them which we really care about. The move speed's kind of nice for mapping. We're already going to be armor capped. Well, we're already going to have a massive amount of armor, so no need. So still working on those implicits, but again, a lot of life, a lot of armor, and we'll go to the boots again, trying to get a better row boost, but movement speed, and to avoid chill, I think it's just mandatory. Like Fizz is extra cold in mapping, and all the chill is just so annoying. Just getting rid of that is huge. Belt, I only got one Stygian belt, still got to work in it. Got some chaos res, whatever. Again, the more important thing's gonna be the jewel. Life is tricky because, you know, we got to make sure that we maintain our accuracy and keep that over our maximum life. So like, it is good to go giga life, but it is a little bit tough because, you know, you don't want to go too much because then it's hard to get accuracy. And again, this is like getting almost perfectly rolled. You know, I didn't use any divines. Accuracy T1 on gloves is just nuts. So it's like getting that is like kind of a benefit because I can get more life than normal. Like for a while, I was only like at 4,900, 4,800 life. And getting flat accuracy here is very, very good too. So pretty good, decent mapping jewel. And the gloves. Now, we wish this was an armor base, but it is what it is. But getting the T1 attack speed, T1 accuracy is like massive. I actually favor the Impale chance on Eldritch Complicit instead of Exerted. At least when I put it in POB, it's more. And the thing is that, you know, just getting a little bit of Impale chance helps. I also have Impale on a Chrisman jewel, so we really have 10% chance to hit on Impale. And even getting that is a pretty good damage boost in the POB. So it's just like, it's kind of nuts. And then obviously open prefix, increased damage while leeching as a slayer is just huge, right? Low life, low evasion. Not, we don't care about the evasion, but the low life, it is what it is. And Flasks, man, they got rid of all the attack speed from Flasks. It's kind of crappy, but you know, once you enchant your Flasks, hopefully a lot of when adjacent Flasks is used or reused at the end of the effect, you can use that and then automate your Flasks. That way, when you're mapping, you're really just doing nothing but leave slam, Earthshatter, and let your Autoexerts do everything. You get that essence harvest, essence, or like bestiary tough mob map boss. Then you know you can intimidate and cry for the double damage or whenever you need to. And that's it. If you guys have any questions, I will go right back to the POB again because I want to show the DPS is a little bit misled because I have nothing here. Like, I don't have any of the overexert. Like, for bossing, I'll show you an example for bossing because this is what the bossing damage would be. 5 exerts, which is reasonable during bossing. We're close. They are intimidating from Intimidating Cry. Warcry's recently really 4 to 5, but we'll just go 4 to be conservative. We don't kill recently. I don't have a Writhing Jar yet for bossing, so that is what it is. Eventually, we'll have Endurance and Frenzy charges, because for bossing, what I'm going to do is get rid of some of this, and then I'm going to go War Banner, slot and War Banner, and then we'll get Frenzy charges there, and Valor on Warcry. It'll be a massive, massive damage multiplier. Maximum effect, we'll go 40 Rage here, and let's see. Eventually, you'll get Onslaught with, I think you can get it from the Medium Cluster Jewel too. But looking at that, let me go Guardian Pinnacle or even Uber Boss, right? So Uber Boss, pretty good damage. So Uber Pinnacle DPS, it'll be 1.8 mil plus. I always go conservative because I always feel like all the Uber Bosses, you're hitting probably 2 spikes. So that's 2.4 mil, 3.4, 6, 4.2 million Pinnacle Uber Boss DPS. And I still have a lot of gear changes to make. I got to get more life, a little bit more accuracy so I can get the more life, get better Eldritch Implicits, and I don't know, I could get better Ambulance and Rings too and make it even better. So again, that's it. Moser and Network Tech here. This is my updated POB. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Let me save it there. And let me go late game. Well, really full DPS bossing potential. Now, you got to remember, it would be even more with the War Banner up, the Valor, and then getting all those free points. I still have 3 other points I can get into Impale over here, Martial Experience. So that's that. Most of them are going to take. If you guys have any questions, let me know. The build is incredible. This is day 3, and this is like the status where I'm pretty sure I could just go into Uber Bosses once I farm the fragments and just shit on them. Like, it'd be so goddamn good. Have a good one, guys.